Hi guys. So I'm 12 weeks and 5 days today, and the reason why I'm doing this before my 13-week update is because I don't want to make it. This is gonna be long, and the other one's gonna be semi-long. So I don't really want to bombard you with a 20-minute video. So I figured I'd do these separate. NT scan today, and I got a lot of awesome feedback, really good photos. The ultrasound tech was amazing. I was her first client of the day, and she was one of the sweetest people I've ever met. She was very attentive and made sure, she asked if we asked any questions, she was answering them for us. Um, so I'm first going to let you guys know that the NT scan went great. My blood work came back great. The scan altogether, I guess, would have been negative. My ratio from 1 to whatever for trisomy 18 was 1 in 100,000, and for Down syndrome was 1 in 31,000, which is awesome. It's awesome, but regardless of the outcome, we still would have kept the baby. I think these type of scans for myself in general, I just would like to know to be able to prepare myself. It's kind of cool too because after they do it, they have a doctor review it, and then the doctor comes in and gives you your results. So it's not just the tech just saying like, oh yeah, it turns out great. They know what they're looking for and what they see, and then they give you the results. So I got 10 photos. Not all of them are like that good, so I'm going to show you the ones um, that are that we have that are good. Pictures. So the first one that we got was of the baby's foot, which is super cute. It's crazy how last week I got an ultrasound and how much my baby has changed in a week. Like, any of you guys out there that are around the same time as me, I'm sure it just blows your mind to think that like your baby can change. And some people don't have ultrasounds at all until they're this week. And it's astonishing to think what your baby is and what it becomes. Like, so, so amazing. Like, it blows my mind to think that I am creating a life inside of me, and it's like, it just blows my mind that human beings can create. Obviously we can create other human beings, but that it 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 feels so simple, like you have sex, you get pregnant, you have a baby. And I don't know how many people out there actually really examine the logistics of it, but it really makes me emotional, and it really makes me feel like people that are able to have children are so blessed. Um, that gift that you can give to yourself, to your husband, to your family, to your other children that you have is such an amazing thing to be a part of. And any of you girls that are my TTCers that follow me that aren't pregnant yet, or trying to get pregnant, or thinking about it, or whatever it may be, I could honestly tell you it is the best experience to go through something like this. I'm sorry I'm getting emotional, but seeing how well this baby is forming, and to know that it's mine, I don't know what better thing that you could possibly go through. Um, okay, so this is the hand. It's cute because it looks like the baby's like, Mama. Okay, so we got some profile shots. Some of them are kind of funny because I think the baby's like sucking his thumb a lot. I think it was sucking his thumb like the whole time. But we got this one. So you can definitely tell that there's like a hand in front of the face. Um, but the baby was like, it was pretty much sucking his thumb the whole time, which is super cute. What else? And then this one is kind of funny because it just looks like this big old head and then the body. I'm not really sure how the baby's laying there, but it kind of looked kind of cool. There is some shots, this one that I had gotten, I just showed you, where you can actually see the umbilical cord, and you can see it over here. And it was cool because I could actually see it pulsing, and I wish that I was able to film it, but they wouldn't let me. but it was so cool because you could see that it was pulsing, like almost like it looked like it was like almost like going like that. It was super cool. And then this one is probably the best. Definitely an awesome profile of the baby. And when I kept seeing one that was like this, I was like, look at those lips, like just puckering up like crazy. So this kid's definitely gonna have some big lips, which is super cute. Okay, so after we figured out that I needed to get like an internal ultrasound. Um, I was thinking like she's gonna have such a hard time finding everything because I guess when you're doing this nuclear translucency thing, you have to have a perfect profile of the baby. So sometimes it's very hard when you have to do an internal ultrasound. So I was thinking like she's probably gonna make me come back in a few weeks or something like that. So she ended up being able to obviously get all the measurements and everything, which was awesome. And um, baby was very revealing towards towards the beginning actually of the exam. So what I'll tell you is that when we started the ultrasound, she just kind of moved it all around just to make sure baby was in there, and that she was able to mostly get a good picture. So she went from the head all the way down the body, and then all of a sudden this like flash of something, I guess, that she's seen came up on the screen, and she goes, "Whoa!" And she started chuckling, and I was like, "Why is she laughing? Like, what the hell?" And she had knew that we had said in the beginning, like, "Oh, my midwife said that it might be possible to find out," like, um, she knew that I wanted to know, so she ends up saying, "Well, I think this is going to be really hard for me to hide from you guys, so do you want to know what it is?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." And she's like, "Well, let me show you what I'm seeing." And she goes over this. Like, is that not a boy? Like, a very well endowed little boy? Like, for this to be a girl would just be really weird to me. She took that, then she took this photo. There's definitely something sticking out of there. She made sure that it wasn't wasn't the umbilical cord, and it wasn't. And then towards the end of the ultrasound, she ended up doing this one, which is, I've already showed you this shot. I covered it, this one. And where the arrow's pointing, she actually told me that when it's a boy, the PP, when they're laying profile, will be facing their face. Because what will happen is it grows up, then it goes like this, and then it straight up or whatever. With a girl, it actually points down because it doesn't grow long, so you don't really need it. So this was probably, I think, the last picture that we got, and or the last like thing that she went over, and she said, "You are definitely having a boy." So she told me 90% because she didn't want to say like, "Oh, it's 100%," because and then she says, and then I go and buy stuff and she's wrong, and then whatever. So my husband actually wanted to buy the first item for boy specific, so he works at Pixar and they have a lot of really cute kids clothes and stuff. So he told me that he bought a little hat and outfit. So I'm hoping that he got the blue one instead of like yellow or a white one, but either way it'll be fine. Um, but we're really excited. So it's a boy, and I'm gonna go with that because that's what my instincts had told me since the very beginning, and I am just more prepared now, knowing that it's most likely gonna be a boy, unless this decides to shrink, which why would that happen? Like she was like, most boys at this stage will have like a shorter nub, and that's why it's harder to find. She's like, but the fact that this little boy is like, yo, look at it. It's here, check it out, So super excited about that. And I mean, you guys can obviously tell me, some of you girls that have had boys that know. I know for a girl, and just searching different websites for around this time, there's nothing there. Or there's a tiny, tiny little, you know, like nothing, like tiny little dot that maybe is a nub. Um, so I called my mom and told my mom, and it was so funny because at first she thought I said it was a girl, so she was crying, and then I was like, no, 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 mom, listen, 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 it's not a girl, and she was like, oh, what is it then? I'm like, a boy, and she's like, oh, like I think I think my mom and I think a lot of people would probably picture me with a girl more because I'm a lot more girly, but this is so good because I have um, five sisters, a stepsister. I have two nieces. I do have a nephew, and then my stepsister has two sons. So my stepson, my step nephews, I guess. So there's a lot of like majority of girls. So this is good. I'm loving the fact that it's a boy first. If I know that we're only going to be having two kids, so if the second one happens to be a girl, that's great. Um, so we're super excited. So I don't know if most of you have watched my other video, but the name will be Weston Edward, my last name. So super excited. I haven't really posted anything on Facebook yet because I don't know what it is. I'm just like, maybe I'll wait until I'm 14 weeks to tell everybody. Um, but I'm super excited. So yay to boys, and I will talk to you guys on Thursday. Bye.